Can Buffalo return to its winning ways and become bowl eligible for the fifth time in 6 years? Find out coming up. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sports Talk Buffalo. Before we go any further, I want to remind you guys to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a video. I talk Bills, Sabres, and UB Bulls men's basketball and football right here on this page. Also, remember to get some cool merch. The links are in the description below. The Bulls are going into this game against Central Michigan, coming off of an embarrassing loss against Toledo, which saw Buffalo's offense go 3 and out 4 times, lose 2 fumbles, and throw an interception in 12 offensive possessions. The defense did a little bit better, but not by much, forcing 2 turnovers. However, which included a pick six. However, they gave up 7 scoring drives, including 6 touchdowns in that game. So the Bulls are definitely going to be looking to rebound against Central Michigan. They're going up against the Central Michigan Chippewas, who are coming off of wins in 2 of the last 3 games. They're sitting at 3-6 overall, and the Chippewas come into this game scoring an average of 26.3 points per game, which is good for 85th in the country, and their defense is allowing 29 points per game, which is good for 88th. Leading the way for Central Michigan is former 3-star QB recruit who has put together a solid season, and that is quarterback Daniel Richardson. He has thrown for 1,893 yards, 15 touchdowns against just 5 interceptions so far this season. Richardson's top targets that he likes to throw to are senior Carlos Carrier, who played his first 3 seasons at Maryland, so he is another Power 5 drop back. He is a big man, 6'5", 195 pounds, and has caught 42 passes for 478 yards and 2 touchdowns so far this season. The other big target for the Central Michigan Chippewas is their tight end, or redshirt junior tight end, Joel Wilson, 6'4", 250 pounds. He caught 44 passes for 445 yards and 6 touchdowns. These 2 guys are going to be targeted early and often by this Central Michigan team, and when they get into the red zone, both of these players, because of their size, are incredibly dangerous. So Buffalo is going to have their hands full in the passing game. Now, when it comes to the running game, the Chippewas have running back Lou Nichols, who had an incredible freshman year, rushing for over 1,800 yards. However, it's been a lot slower in this season so far, as the Chippewas have not necessarily lived up to the type of season they had last year. He's rushed for 546 yards, 6 touchdowns, and he has also caught 20 passes for 128 yards so far. Now on defense, as far as the Chippewas go, it is led by their sophomore linebacker, Kyle Moretti, who has 65 total tackles on the season, including 5.5 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 1 fumble recovery for a touchdown. And the Buffalo Bulls will have their hands full with this other monster for the Chippewas, which is defensive end Thomas Incoom, who already has 8.5 sacks in the 9 games played, 13 tackles for loss, 2 fumble recoveries, and a touchdown. It is going to be a giant test to try to keep him off of Cole Snyder in this game. He has the ability to get in the backfield early and often, and the Bulls really need to key in on him during this game. As for the Bulls, they come into this game scoring 30.1 points per game, which is good for 62nd in the nation, while giving up 27 points per game, which is good for 70th in the nation. They are led by transfer QB Cole Snyder. Of course, everyone in Western New York knows him. He is a transfer from Rutgers. He is a Western New York product, and he has put put together a pretty nice season so far for the University at Buffalo with 2,145 passing yards, 14 touchdowns against just 6 interceptions. He has also added 124 yards rushing and 4 TDs on the ground. So he is more than just a pocket passer. He has shown the propensity to be able to get out of the pocket and make something happen with his legs when things break down. Snyder has 2 main targets that he loves to throw to. The first one being senior Keon Williams, who has caught 47 passes for 514 yards and 4 touchdowns. He was on the team last year, a very rare in-conference transfer. He transferred over from Eastern Michigan last season, and he is putting together yet another very strong season for the University at Buffalo. The other his wide receiver counterpart on the other side is a monster, 6'3", 210 pound Louisville transfer, 215 pounds, I beg your pardon, Louisville transfer, Justin Marshall. He has 41 catches for 569 yards and 6 touchdowns on the season. Another giant target. Both of these guys have played very, very good for the UB Bulls so far this season, and it is going to be on them if the Bulls are going to have continued success in the passing game. Now, when it comes to the running game, the Bulls have a 3-headed monster, but realistically, it is a 2-headed monster who get a bulk of the carries. The first being senior running back Ron Cooks Jr., who has 117 carries for 500 yards even, 3 touchdowns, and 168 receiving yards, and the other being big sophomore Mike Washington. He is 6'2", 210 pounds, just a giant running back for the Bulls. He is a hammer in between the tackles, 113 carries, 506 yards, 6 touchdowns. Oh yeah, and he can catch it out of the backfield too. He does have 49 yards receiving. The Bulls defensively are a very, very strong unit, much, much stronger than they were last season, and it is led by their stud linebackers. Former walk-on linebacker Sean Dolak, who leads the team in tackles. He has 95 tackles already this season. He also leads the nation, not the conference, the nation, in solo tackles with 68. The next closest person in terms of solo tackles has just 55. So that shows you what kind of season Sean Dolak is having for the University at Buffalo. To go along with all of those tackles, Dolak has 8.5 tackles for loss, 1 sack, and 6 passes defended. So he is not just good against the run, he is also a pretty decent cover linebacker, reading the quarterback's eyes and getting in those passing lanes to break up those passes over the middle. The second linebacker for the University at Buffalo, another stud linebacker for UB, is James Patterson, who has 82 tackles so far this season, 7.5 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 1 interception, 2 passes defended, 2 fumble recoveries, and a touchdown. James Patterson continues to impress with his being a field general on the defensive side of the ball. He is one of the leaders for the University at Buffalo, and he is putting together yet another very solid season for UB. Another player that I don't think gets talked about enough for the University at Buffalo on defense for UB is cornerback Keyshawn Cobb, who is 3rd on the team currently in tackles with 48 tackles. He has 3 tackles for loss, a half a sack, a pick 6, and 2 forced fumbles. He has been a very, very good addition to the University at Buffalo secondary, one that has seen vast improvement since last season when they were getting torched over and over again. The Bulls have brought in and shored up their secondary very, very well under Mo Linguist, and Keyshawn Cobb is a giant part of that equation. Overall, in the MAC, any team is capable of beating any other team any day of the week. However, I believe in this game that Buffalo is just a little bit deeper on offense, a little bit deeper on defense, more talented, as I said, on both sides of the ball. And I believe they pull away in this one, winning this game 34-20 over Central Michigan and achieve bowl eligibility for the first time in the Mo Linguist era and will be bowl eligible for the 5th time in 6 seasons, the 5th time in the history of the program. It would be a fantastic feat and a very, very solid second season for second-year head coach Mo Linguist. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a video. Also, remember to comment down in the comment section below. I love interacting with people. That is my favorite thing about doing this channel. Remember, guys, again, check out some of the cool merch. The links are in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. Have a fantastic week.